Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Davin James. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're having a great day so far. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, helps a bunch, really shows your support. But with that being said, let's get on with today's episode, shall we? So this is just a rumour at this point, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently Paramount is hoping to refill the Top Gun franchise for liftoff once again for a third film in the storied franchise. Now, I believe that there is intention to make a third installment of the Top Gun franchise because the second installment did very well at the box office. It got nominated for a bunch of awards, fans loved it, critics loved it, and overall it's just a beloved film for the most part. So why wouldn't they want to make a third installment in the franchise? When we would actually get to see the third film is another question within itself, but that's a story for another day, I suppose. So apparently the co-writer for Top Gun Maverick, the second installment in the Top Gun franchise, is penning a script for what would be a new installment. And sources say that Maverick director Joe Kosinski would also return to direct. According to a website called Puck, who first reported the news of the writer's involvement, the intent is to reunite Tom Cruise with his next-gen co-stars Miles Teller, who plays Goose's son from the first movie, and also Glenn Powell, who plays somewhat of a newer version of Iceman from the first movie, who was played by Val Kilmer. And Val Kilmer makes a cameo in this movie, in Top Gun Maverick, which was really fun to see. The development of this news for Top Gun 3 comes after Warner Bros. Discovery announced that Tom Cruise had signed a deal to star in and produce movies for the company, although that pact is non-exclusive, which means that he could go and work for other studios. So Paramount Pictures, for example, can make another Mission Impossible movie, he can make another Top Gun movie, he can work for Disney if he wants to. So he's free to go and do other movies for other studios, basically. Recent films have largely been at Paramount, although he did not have a deal there. While some could view the Top Gun news as a tit for tat in the war for Cruise headlines, the reality is this sequel has quietly been in development since late fall. I want to stress this out. This is all a rumour at the moment, in terms of Top Gun 3. We don't know for sure if the writer or co-writer from the previous movie is back to pen a script for the third installment. We don't know for sure if the director from the previous movie is back to direct this movie. All we know is it could be in development, which I would imagine is probably true because it made a lot of money and everyone was pretty much happy with it, so why wouldn't they want to put the film in development and quietly work on it for some time until they're ready to announce more details regarding the future installment of the franchise. Paramount themselves could not be reached for comment, which you probably would expect given this news. Like, yeah, it's in development, but we're not going to say it's in development because it's too early to really give any information out, and we don't want news getting out there that this movie's in development without really confirming it, without having really much more to share, sort of thing. But it is what it is, I suppose. That's just my own speculation as well. I could be completely wrong on Paramount's side of things. Maverick was a massive overperformer at the box office in 2022, earning $1.5 billion globally and sparking Steven Spielberg himself to credit Cruise with saving the theatrical business, which had been pre-leaked by the coronavirus pandemic. First time I said coronavirus in a long time. The feature followed decades after Tony Scott's original 1986 Top Gun, which helped cement Tom Cruise as a rising movie star. And I think that goes to show why Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, took so long to come out. Tom Cruise himself became, as it says here, like a massive movie star after this movie. So it was impossible to get him locked down for a sequel when he's got like other movies he's got to do. And everybody's in demand for Tom Cruise at the time. Still are to this day. He's still a big time movie star. But it goes to show you how one franchise or one movie can make you just like an overnight star, so to speak, and then just take your career to a whole new level, such as a Top Gun movie, for example. So in regards to a Top Gun 3, don't expect to see the new Top Gun movie in the near term, which we all pretty much expected. Cruise is currently working on an 8th Mission Impossible movie, which will keep him occupied until at least its release, which is currently set for May 2025. And it took a few years of development before Maverick became airborne. Still, however, This development further cements one thing that became apparent after this week. Tom Cruise is still an in-demand star, and the studios will be battling for his time and attention for years to come. I gotta believe Tom Cruise right now is just tripping over himself with laughter at the fact that he has all these studios, both Paramount Pictures and Warner Bros. Discovery, fighting just for his attention, basically. Like, who gets the biggest headlines involving Tom Cruise? Who gets the most movies out of Tom Cruise and whatnot? Like, it's an interesting problem to have, a very good problem to have as well, I might add. A very well-financed problem to have. And it goes to show you, Tom Cruise, regardless of what people might say about him, he is a fantastic movie star, and he's also a fantastic action movie star as well. Poured out on every single movie he does, whether it be a Top Gun, a Mission Impossible, whatever it may be. It's just insane. The guy's insane in the nicest way possible. So I think we all have pretty much the same question when it comes to Top Gun 3 and maybe the franchise beyond Top Gun 3. How much of a role is Tom Cruise going to play in this franchise going forward? Is he going to be a big main star in the future installments? Or is he going to somewhat pass the torch onto the younger generation, such as Miles Teller, such as Glenn Powell? Are they going to have more of the spotlight, and Cruise maybe might take a seat back and let these guys take over the franchise? That could be a possibility, any of you guys, but my question is how much of a role is Tom Cruise going to have in this franchise as a star going forward? Is he going to be a big part of it going forward? Is he going to have a smaller role in Top Gun 3 and maybe beyond Top Gun 3? Is he going to let the newer generation of movie stars, such as Miles Teller and also Glenn Powell, take over the reins of the franchise and let them have their time in the spotlight, while he sits back and counts his millions, I suppose? Top Gun is his baby, alongside Mission Impossible. Those are his two biggest franchises. I think they're probably his only franchises, but never mind. So it'd be interesting to see how he feels about the direction of the franchise going forward, and how his ego handles things. I say that in the best way possible, because we all have egos in some sort of way. When it comes to Hollywood movie stars and how they react to certain situations would be much different compared to how we would probably react to certain situations. I am very excited for the possibility of Top Gun 3. I loved the first two movies. Top Gun Maverick was really fun, a really great summer blockbuster. The first one still is amazing to this day. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on this. Would you like to see a Top Gun 3? What kind of role would you like to see Tom Cruise have in the franchise going forward? Do you think he should let the franchise be taken over by the younger stars, but still have a little bit of a say in the franchise as well? Because after all, if this is his baby once again, he will probably stay on the future installments as well as a producer of some sort. So that'll be interesting to see. But either way, let me know your thoughts on this news. And until next time, take care, stay safe, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye for now.